Hello everyone. I am going to do a BR to Rochelle at Amethyst Ascension. She does this, she has started this thing called Story Time. So I'm starting from the beginning, and this is going to be episode 1. And let me go back a bit. Okay, here's how the title goes. It's Story Time, a Tarot Adventure, and this is episode 1, The Mysterious Mansion. Okay, so you're given a bunch of, I don't have an iPad, so I printed the pieces out, and I'm going to follow those, but you draw cards and you make a story out of them, and it's really, really fun. This is the first time I'm trying it. I've been wanting to, but I guess I was too chicken, but it's so fun and I want to try it. So this is The Mysterious Mansion. I will leave Rochelle's original video link down below so you can check that out if you want to join in. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm just going to shuffle the cards up and start to read the story. Okay, so this is The Mysterious Mansion. You get invited to a weekend event at this beautiful yet very mysterious mansion that sits outside of town in a remote but gated area. It has sat vacant and overgrown for as long as you can remember. The invitation you received is for you and one guest. Draw one card to see who will be accompanying you. So we'll draw one card. So this is a vacant mansion. Let's see who's accompanying me. So the Five of Swords is accompanying me. And from what I've watched, you don't have to read the tarot. You're making up stories out of the imagery and such. And, you know, a mix of the tarot and whatnot. That's how I'm understanding it. So somebody that I don't really get along with is accompanying me, but they agreed to go because, you know, it's a vacant mansion. So I couldn't really get just my bestie or anybody else to go. They were a little scared. Okay, you travel to the location, and upon arrival, the gate just automatically opens up for you. You proceed to the front parking area where a middle-aged butler is waiting for you with staff to grab your luggage and show you to your rooms. As you enter the mansion, you are completely overtaken by how magnificent and elaborately decorated it is. You then become struck with a peculiar smell, and your heartbeat begins to increase as a vision fills your mind's eye. Draw 3 cards to explain your vision. Okay, so we're drawing 3 cards to explain our vision. We are struck with a peculiar, oh my gosh, I can't read tonight, peculiar smell. And a vision fills my mind's eye. Okay, so someone in the house reeks of some type of liquor or wine or some kind of alcohol is what I'm getting this smell is. I feel like this person could be an alcoholic. This person's very successful and very strong, and also has a strong love for alcohol. Could it be the butler? I hear music playing in the distance. Could he be in another room? Could it be one of the staff members? Yeah, probably one of the staff members. They enjoy playing the guitar or whatever instrument that is. And again, they are strong. They're a successful person. Yep, I think the overwhelming stench is the alcohol. Drinking alcohol. You regain your composure and proceed to your rooms, and your guest is shown to their room that sits right across the hall from your own. You enjoy looking over your room at old pictures and beautiful draperies, and then proceed to lay down on a large luxurious bed to see how comfortable it is. You stretch your arms out really big, taking in your surroundings, and then you hear a knock on the door. You answer the door, and your friend is standing outside with a bottle of wine and a big smile. You both decide to indulge in some wine, and you proceed to tell them about your vision. Shortly after, there is another knock on the door. Hold on. Could it be my friend that was standing next to me in the parlor or wherever when we were bringing in our luggage that has the drinking problem? Is that where I was smelling the horrible smell? Could they be part of the family of this mansion? Because when we first walked in, my friend seemed to walk away and wander off for a couple minutes. I'm thinking maybe they went to get a drink really quick. Because like I said, me and this person are pretty much an acquaintance. They aren't like a best friend of mine. They were just someone that I know that was willing to go on the adventure with me. My other friends were kind of scared with it being, like I said, the mysterious mansion. Okay. So somebody's an alcoholic. That's where the stench is coming from. Okay, shortly after, there is another knock on the door, and a staff member ushers you and your guest to the main area where you are also greeted by many other guests who seem oddly familiar, but you just cannot recall who they are. A couple of staff members appear and begin taking all guests on a tour of the house and lands and relaying the entire history of this enormous house. Draw 3 cards or more to tell the history of this place. Okay, I'm going to move these up a little bit so we have some room where I can probably move this up. Okay, so draw 3 or more cards to tell the history of this place. You know what we can probably do This is my first one, guys. This is my first rodeo. Okay, 3 cards to tell the history of this place. Okay, what is the history of this place? There's definitely horse stables. We have horses here. So I'm thinking there's horses. There's a lot of secrets I feel like this place holds. I feel at one time this place was a luxurious, beautiful, happy place with horse stables. Perhaps even the owners rented out space, you know, boarded horses, gave horse lessons, and it was a happy place. And then at another time, I feel like there was someone who was I feel like, you know, there was someone in this home that was tortured, and I feel like it was by one of the rich people in the home. Could it have been someone who cleaned for them, or someone who took care of the lands for them, someone who wasn't very important to them? I feel like this person was, you know, trapped, like locked up in a room. And I feel like there was a lot of fire taking place at one time in the house. Perhaps part of the house maybe had burnt at one point, or someone was burnt. So I'm getting like 3 different families here. We have the good, happy family. Then we have the family that seemed all good on the outside, but on the inside they were torturing their help. And then I feel like another time there may have been a fire of some sorts, and that the mansion had to be reconstructed. Sorry, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Immediately after the tour, dinner is ready and waiting for all guests. They are all shown to the massive formal dining area that is in the center of the mansion with no outside windows. The dining table is so long and opulent, filled with lots of decadent dishes and cutlery. All of the guests had assigned seats so that they would converse with people they had just met. The setting is dark and intimate, filled with tons of lit candelabras and wall sconces to illuminate the room in dancing shadows and a warm glow. The host is announced and appears from out of the dark shadows by the room's entrance and sits at the head of the table, accompanied by his stunning wife at the other end of the table. There is something about these people that also seem eerily familiar, but also very unsettling. Who is this host, and why has he invited me? I ask myself. So number 1, who is the host? So we have 6 questions that finish up the story. Who is this host? Who is this host? Oh. Yeah, when we say something eerily mysterious about these people, This host is someone I feel has a lot of mental issues. Automatically, it just hit me that this host was probably an ascendant or an ancestor of the people who tortured and tormented people in the mansion at one time or another. That's what I got right away. Why does he seem familiar? Why does he seem familiar? And we get the Chariot. It's almost as if, because we couldn't see through the window of the limousine while we were driving here, it was closed, but there was someone in the front seat. I'm thinking that's why he seems familiar. Perhaps that was him? Why do these other guests seem familiar? Why do these other guests seem familiar? And we get the Hanged Man. Why do these other guests seem familiar? I guess because maybe I'm looking at them in a different way. Looking at them with like a new perspective of what I originally thought when I first sat down at the table. I kind of was judging everybody, but now I kind of am looking at everybody in a different way. And the next one is, why has he invited you here? I almost feel like this person was actually driving the limo. Could have been driving the limo, this host. And the voice sounds familiar from when he entered the room. Yeah. Okay. Why has he invited you here? We have flames and fire. Why has he invited you here? I feel like it's almost as if he has an announcement. Does he want to carry out one of the past traditions and burn us? He seems like he has something to say, like really something to say, almost as if he's losing his mind. Like I said, he seems like a person that's not, you know, he may have mental, you know, issues. So I feel like he has invited us here not in our best interest. Let's find out more. What has your inner vision revealed to you? I don't know if we're supposed to even be pulling cards for this, the last 6, but I am. Okay, number 5. What has your inner vision revealed to you? that there's a lot of mystery here. There's a lot of mystery here. The big old moon. There's a lot of mystery here. Who was driving the car? Where did this stench of the alcohol come from? Was it from my friend? Was it from the driver? Was it from the butler? Who tormented and tortured somebody their help once they did at one time? Who burned the house down? I feel like the house was burnt intentionally because I feel like this house has been sent down from generation to generation, and it's all the same family. And I feel like many of them had mental issues. Could this person that came with me be part of that family? Because like I said, this isn't somebody I know really well. It's just kind of an acquaintance. Someone I went to college with, and they always seemed kind of, you know, different. Number 6. What is your next step? What is your next step? My next step is to fulfill myself with answers about this mysterious mansion. And that's what I'm getting. I think I have figured it out. Though the people that live in this mansion, even though they said it was vacant, we have guests here. We have owners here. I feel like they are wealthy. But they have, from generation to generation, they have tormented guests or their help. They have burnt the house intentionally. I feel like they have brought us here with not good intentions. I feel like these people have, again, like I said, they're kind of like deranged. They have serious issues. And I think that the friend that came with me is all in on this and knows all about this family, because I feel like they are part of this family. At one time, it was a very this family was very successful. Something happened. Perhaps his wife. I feel like his wife as well. His wife knows about all this history, but I feel like the family generation is his, and the wife kind of goes along with, because I feel like he's controlling in a certain sense, and she does everything. My friend is kind of young. I'm wondering if they could be a cousin or a niece or nephew to the family. And that's why they were so willing to agree to go with me. I have seen a lot of eye contact at the dinner table between my friend and the wife. Could it be their son? I guess the mystery goes on. Thank you for watching this video. It was super fun. Take care and be blessed.